There's a little girl. Yeah, say hello. Hello. This is Piper. That's my little girl. Say hello. 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 That's right. Say, I'm not going to go sleep anymore. So Daddy has to figure out something to do until she goes sleep. Hello. Hello. Yeah. You answer all the questions? Like why you won't go to bed? Hi. Hello. Welcome to a nightcap. So unexpected even I didn't know I was doing one. But the missus is on a call and she doesn't want to babysit, so I have to. Okay. There you go. We're learning how to walk. The other one knows how to walk. This one doesn't yet. Okay, be careful. There you go. A walking girl there. Anyway, so I have been reading, or just started, just a few pages in, of Morgoth's Ring. Where am I right now? I am on page 33. I started today because I finished Sora Undefeated. And, I mean, it's decent, you know, as Tolkien's History of Middle-earth goes. This cover, the hardback is a little off. The binding is a little off. I don't know if it's always been like that because I've only read this once. So this is my second reread through it. And, oh, come on. My girls are trash pandas. Here, let me show. Whoa, hey, Matt. How's it going, man? Yeah. There's the man right there. There's the real Matt. The famous Matt. Matt, thanks for giving me some of your dropouts in my class. Really appreciate that. Gave me some winners. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, Rob. Hey, Vinny. How's it going? Vinny cranking out them board game reviews, man. I haven't caught up with all of them. I've been trying to watch them, but I haven't caught up with all of them yet. Hold on. I need to let my little girl out watch. Look, you can see. She wants to go see Mama. Hey, Piper. Miss Piper. Miss Piper, you want to go see Mama? Want to go see Mama? Okay, so let me open this door and let her out. She will just not go to bed. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Talked to Brian recently. Okay, open the door. All right, go. And she's going. Hey, Matt, if you're still watching, remind me Monday to tell you something. Remind me Monday, Matt, to tell you something about my class. Something came up. I meant to send an email out to everyone, but something came up. By the way, a friend of mine gave me this shirt. Piper puked up on me a few months ago. He said, "Here, you can wear this." I don't wear it. He said, "This is a throwaway shirt." I was like, "Man, it's a comfy shirt, though." And I said, "Well, I'll give it back to you." We washed it, and then I totally forgot. And then I found it in my dresser drawer. Megan just thought it was mine. I was like, "No, this is Marv's. I got to give it back to Marv." But he's in Dallas, so. Marv, I love your shirt. I doubt he's watching, but anyway. Hello, Michael. Vinny is hanging in there. That's nice. Yeah, I got the just got it in the mail. The Back to the Future Back in Time game. This game looks awesome. I asked my wife. I said, "Come on, you like Back to the Future?" She goes, "No, it's okay." I went, "It's okay." I don't even know if my nephews have seen it, so I don't know who I'm going to play it with now. I'm kind of bummed now. Got a game, finally. I don't get many games in. This one just came out. I'm going to hopefully play that with my nephews. Maybe my nephews have seen the movie. I don't know. Oh, thanks, Chris. Nice to have you on. How are you? Thought you'd stay a bit. Yeah, everyone in the family's doing good. Meridian, my other little girl, went straight to bed. And Piper was like, because she heard me, I came in here and I was reading. Wait, how is my battery low? Is this thing not plugged in? Oh, it's not plugged in. Hold on just a minute. I thought I prepared this. Oh. Go ahead and get this in. There we go. All right, so, well, is it going? There it is. Hey, back. But yeah, anyway. So Piper heard me in here because I just walked in here because, like I said, my wife's on the phone. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll just sit in here and I'll read my book. And then a little bit saw me turn on the lights, and she was like, "Ooh, Dad's here!" And she was going, "Dad, Dad, Dad," you know. And I was like, "I'll go get her." So, but now she's going off to watch Mom. So I guess she's going. Barber's still closed. I guess actually the barber is open. It's just that I haven't gone yet. Matt, if you're still watching, I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's just like a rat's nest back there. My brother-in-law, his hair was already kind of long, but now it's like super shaggy right now. He's not getting a haircut, and my wife doesn't want me to get a haircut right now. I'm still working at home. I think you can even see I can get a little rat tail. Yeah, I can't see if I can feel it back there, but yeah, look at that. Man, oh, that's just yeah. Let me see if yeah. So I definitely need could definitely use a haircut. That's for sure. When we get to go back to work, I'll definitely get a haircut. It's been a while since I've been this shaggy because I never let it get this bad. Cause I got that Mississippi boy's hair where it just kind of ducktails out from the back, and then the sides I have shaved a little bit because it'll ducktail out like Bozo the Clown, if anyone remembers him. Oh, you're loving the Bantam era, but ready for New Geo Order. Yeah, I'm gonna get to New Geo Order October, I think. Brian, we may have talked about this. It's gonna be September, October. It's something in the fall. I think I'm gonna get to New Geo Order. I really am excited about that. I think next month I'm gonna wrap up the rest of the Bantam. And remember, you got all the New Geo Order and Junior Jedi Knights books. And so I may take the month of August. I don't know. I had to sit down, and I haven't recorded any of that yet. So I need to sit down and see where I want to go. But yeah, it just keeps getting better and better. The reviews are going to get better and better for me because I really like the New Geo Order there. Hey, like my reviews on the King Domino and Queen Domino and the expansion. That is a fun game, Vinny. You know, Luke from Down from the Attic showed me that game, and I really, at first when I looked at it, I was like, is this matching dominoes? Who cares? But it was actually a really fun game. I really enjoyed that game, so picked it up, and yeah, super enjoyed it. Christopher Barker just bought Birds of Prey Harley Quinn. A friend of mine said it was fun. It doesn't get any hate. I told him, well, good. I'm glad. Hey, you know what? Enjoy what you want to, right? Enjoy what you want to. There's a lot of things that I love that people hate, like movies. I made this joke, but I'm actually kind of serious, that Godzilla, the 1998 movie, I absolutely love that movie. Is it a good Godzilla movie? No, it's a dinosaur movie, right? With this name Godzilla. You can easily tell this was just off the fanfare of Jurassic Park. You know, Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3 had already come out by then. And they're like, what can we do to cash in on some more Jurassic Park? Let's make Godzilla, but let's make him to a dinosaur. I absolutely love that movie. I just watched it recently, and it's still a fantastic movie, but not many people like it. I like John Carter, too, and that's a movie that not many people like, but they should. John Carter, even though it bombed in theaters, is a pretty good film. It's a pretty good film. Grow my hair like Luke Skywalker. It's almost, to be honest, look. It's almost there. I thought we were going to buy, converters at Tashi Station or whatever. Oh, I was going to go to Tashi Station, pick up a couple of power converters. I'm almost there. If I dye my hair sandy blonde. Ooh, dye my hair. I'd never do that, but that'd be funny. Yeah, King and Queen Domino. Back to that. That surprised me. It was a really good game. Not that I doubted anything. When I saw Luke's review, I was like, yeah, I got to get that. Evan had Wi-Fi issues and had to end his stream 5 minutes later. You start one. I smell conspiracy. He has way. He just like. Poor Evan. Poor Evan. Oh, it was 1997. Yeah. Well, Vinny, I'm one of the few people who actually absolutely love that movie. So I'm in the minority there. I know that. That's funny. Small time. Evan had to end his stream. Aww. Seriously, I didn't know anyone was having a stream.
I didn't know anything was going on. I just, she was up, and I was like, well, I'm never going to read my book because she's going to be grabbing at it. And I said, let me just do a live stream tonight because, like I said, I wish it was a board game night, but it's not. But it's not. I wish I did. My wife goes, "Are you having people over?" And I went, "No." I went, "Can I?" She went, "No." That was like a smile that you're not having people over. I was like, "Oh man." So I got a lot of games to play. I was telling my buddy, I'm trying to play all my games so I can do a review of them at the end of the year, like I do my top 100. This year, it may not happen. I got to play 99 games in 3 months. That's starting next week. It's not, and that's plus all the new games. I don't have that many new games coming in, but any new games coming in as well. I'm not going to make it. That's 33 games a month. That's more than one game a day, and I don't even play with anyone on an average week. I play maybe 4 or 5 with my nephews. So what's that, 25? So I'm going to be 8 short. Now, I am going to take a few days off around 4th of July, and hopefully I'll have all day board game days, and hopefully can knock about 8 or 10 off. My goal is over the 4th of July weekend to get 33 games played, like a whole month's worth, so I can knock down that tragedy, because I usually try to play all of my games, but that's going to be hard this year. It's going to be hard just because of the girls and everything. It's been busy. Cut my hair and get those power converters. Will do, Christopher. Top 5 films right here. My top 5. So that's the thing. I don't know any any movies that I have on my shelf, which is very small DVD shelf. Would be the ones I love. I don't know. I mean, obviously you want to see Star Wars because I love Star Wars, but I haven't seen that in years. It's been ever since right before Disney bought them was the last time I watched those movies. But I love them, and there's a lot of other movies. I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so I saw that a million times. It just depends. I don't know. That's a great question, and I should have a top 5. I just can't think of it right now. Good question for a Saturday morning Santa flinch too. Oh, Yak Face. Okay, right on, right on. Is this a new gamer? Is this a new YouTube tag or just an alternate one? 50s Godzilla is cool. Yeah, the old Godzilla I used to love, Vinny. I used to watch the old Godzilla. Godzilla King Kong, Godzilla versus King Kong came on TBS like every year, right? I watched it every year and I loved it. I hated that King Kong won though. I was always a Godzilla fan, and King Kong won because he came out of the ocean, right? They both fought, they both went down under, and only King Kong came up. Godzilla didn't. Well, he's a lizard. He can probably breathe underwater too. I don't know, but I was always mad because he always won. But that movie now looks super cheesy, but actually I love it more because of that, because it looks so cheesy. Michael says he loves Transformers. The first one was good. Fast and Furious. I have a buddy of mine, CJ. He loves all the Fast and Furious. Star Wars, yep. Mission Impossible. I love Michael. That's a good one. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. Marvel or DC superhero. Okay, superhero film. You put all the superhero films in there too, huh? Damien stumbled across a megavirus at a thrift store. Shut up. Really? That is awesome. A megavirus. Me and my wife just played it like a week or so ago. Oh, it's a great game. It is the best vintage electronic board game they've ever made, I think. Top 3 one-hit wonder EU authors. I don't know if I have a top 3, but Catherine Christian Rush, I did enjoy hers. I do enjoy Michael P.Q. McDowell. He wrote a trilogy, if that counts. And I enjoy Roger McBride Allen, who I just reviewed, right? The Carillion trilogy. Wow, would those be the 3? I mean, it wouldn't be Vonda and McIntyre. Barbara Hamley wrote 2. Kathy Tyers wrote 2. They're both excellent. If it's one trilogy, then Michael P.Q. McDowell, of course, A.C. Crispin, but she passed away. So I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, Chris and Catherine Rush only wrote 1, which I enjoyed, but that's kind of hard to pick one-hit wonders because there's not that many of them. I mean, there's a few, but not many that were like really good. It's a great question, though. You had me looking at my shelf, though. It's kind of covered right now. Oh, am I already behind? How do you get behind? You've been enjoying Infinity Crisis by DC. I've read that, Christopher. I've heard good things about it. Yeah, I'm a big DC fan. But Infinite Crisis. That was the newer one, right? The one that came out 8 years ago. I can't remember. It came out a couple of years ago, right? If it's that one, then I've read it. I can't remember, but I think it's that one. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I don't remember. I remember it a little bit, but I don't remember it fully. Terminator Dark Fate, I've never seen. That's the newest one. I tried watching it for like 5 minutes and I turned it off. I could not. I could not. It's amazing. I just couldn't watch. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. I'm kind of grumpy when it comes to movies, though, now. New movies. Oh, you get the movie? King Kong versus Godzilla for Easter? That's awesome. Yeah, or a tie. You wanted to see them tie, right? At least, but King Kong won. I guess King Kong was the hero, but to be honest, Godzilla was always the hero, right? Defeating the monster. So I don't. In a way, Godzilla was a hero too. For some reason, I got a sore right here. All of a sudden, just figured that out. um, the worst Star Wars Legends novel. Matt, did you see my review of iJedi? We're going to do a more civilized age where I'm going to have 3 people who are super fans of iJedi go against me, who is not a fan of iJedi. And we're going to debate it friendly wise. But I can't stand iJedi. What's my favorite prequel era Jedi? I don't know. In the movies, I was always akin to Kit Fisto. I thought he was an interesting character. They didn't do much with him. I think maybe he was a side character in a novel, and he was in a few comic books. But I thought Kit Fisto was cool. If you're talking about prequel, the prequel movies or something, one trilogy works too. Then there you go. Michael P. Q. McDowell, Roger McBride Allen, and probably Kristen Catherine Rush. I think those would be the 3. I'm looking to now that she let trilogies in. I mean, A.C. Crispin passed away. She couldn't write another one. H.W. Jeter, who did the Bounty Hunter Wars, was okay. Carpation doesn't count because you know what? No, I'm not going to pick him. Yeah, I'd say that I feel pretty safe on those 3 picks. I feel pretty safe on those 3 picks. Those would be my 3 picks. Infinite Crisis was in 2006. Yes, I did read it then. Yeah. Oh gosh, it was 14 years ago. Yes, but I did read that one. I knew it was a while back. That was one of the later ones. And yes, I thought it was good. Christopher, if you're reading back that late, some of the old Batman, like No Man's Land, is great. I don't know if you need to read Earthquake or something, the thing that made Gotham, get cut off from the U.S. and now it's its own. All the Batman villains carve up Gotham City into their own little sections where they run it. It's like a bunch of gangs, and Batman's going around trying to establish law in a lawless city. It's really interesting. And then of course Batman Hush is one of my all-time favorites. Hush was 2000, mid 2000s, I think. But those are great ones too. I haven't read anything newer though. I want to, but I just haven't had the time, haven't made the time. But I love some of the old, and of course I love the Nightfall series and stuff like that. I'm a big Batman fan. King Kong versus Mega King Kong. I remember that. That was the robot, right? King Kong. I remember that one. Yeah, Cestus Deception expand on Kit. That was the good thing about Cestus Deception, because it featured Kit Fisto. Just starting to get into the new EU, Kyle says, do you recommend New Jedi Order as a starting place, or do I need to read all the books? I mean, Kyle, by the way, you just let me preface this. You can start with wherever you want. That's fine. I've seen people start with New Jedi Order. Me personally, you got 2 places to start. this is just advice. You can start with New Year Order, but start with the Timothy Zahn trilogy, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, because that's a good solid start. Or start with Truce of Bakura by Kathy Tyers and read through the Bantam era, so that when you get to the Del Rey era, you know all these characters, because they're going to tie in all those books or all those characters. But that's just me. You don't have to do that. You can start with New Year Order, which is really good. But I would start in the Bantam era if you're interested in the main characters, Luke, Han, and Leia. So either start with Truce of Bakura or Heir to the Empire trilogy. Heir to the Empire trilogy is going to be a little bit better, but Truce of Bakura takes place right after Return of the Jedi, the day after Return of the Jedi, I think, or close to it. I'm looking back here. I do see Shadows of the Empire. I don't know if you should start there. It kind of takes place between Empire and Jedi. I don't know. Other people may have other ones, but that's kind of what I would do. But like I said, you can start wherever. Jeffrey, how do I feel about the new Dune film coming out? You know what? I love Dune. In fact, once I finish the History of Middle-earth, I've got Morgoth's Ring, War of the Jewels, and Peoples of Middle-earth, and then I'm done. I'm going to finish these by June. Ooh, that's 11 days. 11 days to read 3 books. May not do that. May not do. I'm going to try, though, now that I just said it. My original thing was reading by June, but this week I haven't been able to read nothing. So I'm just been so busy, but I'm hoping to read 3 more books by June. So then in July, I can start on the Dune books again. So I absolutely love the Dune books. I haven't kept up with the new movie. But when it comes out, yeah, I might go see it. I should read New Teen Titans by Marv Wolfman. Oh, man. Marv Wolfman? You just said Marv Wolfman, Chris. I mean, he's great. He's a great writer. I love Marvel. He did the Infinity stuff, the Crisis. He does the Crisis comic books. But yeah, I'm sure New Teen Titans is great. I need to go by one of those, bookstores that have used books and have the used trade paperbacks of all those, because I would like to. My buddy Bruce, if he has the New Teen Titans trade, I'll ask him for it. He just has a ton of comic books. He gets a lot of trade paperbacks too. And a lot of times he used to just loan them to me. He'll loan me anything I want. But, he's been too busy. He's been catching up on Robert Jordan, The Wheel of Time, which I already finished that one. Ooh, most favorite Canadian actors and actresses? I have no idea. I don't know what, Ryan Reynolds? He's Canadian, right? Forgot about the giant octopus in King Kong versus Godzilla, Vinny. That's funny. You got a good memory. I forgot. You're right. He was in that movie. I couldn't remember which. Some of those monsters I get mixed up with, who fought who and where they were. But you're right. That was part of that movie. I forgot. Oh, no, Dave Wolverton. Oh, Yak Face, you were exactly right. Dave Wolverton. I didn't, I couldn't see his novel. Where is it? Oh, it's my issue 108 is covering it up. Yeah, Dave Wolverton. So let me repick. I'll take out Kristen Catherine Rush and I'll put in Dave Wolverton. That's exactly who I would pick. You're right. I would definitely pick him. Yeah, that was the robot. I thought so. How am I behind already? Batman Cataclysm. That's right. Was before No Man's Land. I don't think you have to read it, but it kind of sets up why things are going down. And then they had like Plague. Before that, there was a Plague, and then there was Cataclysm, and then there was No Man's Land. But No Man's Land is really good. And so is Hush. Hush is great. My wife's doing good. She's watching some kind of live show on YouTube. They're selling jewelry. Whoa! Hey, Jamie. I hope you have a good Father's Day. I'm gonna be all right. I don't think I'm getting anything for Father's Day, but I don't care. That's fine. I'm gonna get myself some board games. Oh, Jamie, guess what? My Koljica, which is supposed to come in this week, according to your timeline, has not come in. Very disappointed. I did get a package in, but it was a game I knew I was gonna get from Amazon. Have you played the game, Jamie? And if so, what'd you think? And if so, would you please do a review? I would love to see that. If I can't play it, I take peace of mind that someone else is playing it. because that's such a unique game, a game where you're standing in line. What? And I was like, I gotta get this. Plus, it has a lot of history, which I'm a huge history major, so I want to read about the history of Poland in the 80s. It's just so weird. And that came out by the country of Poland, right? It was a board game by the state or whatever, by the country to teach people who visited about Poland's history. Are you kidding me? So I got that. I got the expansion and I got the promo pack, which is just impossible to find. And they're all in Polish or whatever they speak. I don't know, Polish, Polonese. Anyway, I'm going to print out a bunch of English versions of the cards and sleeve everything, and then play the game. But I can't wait. There's a lot of games. I'm just, like I said, my order from Miniature Market is never going to ship. It's never going to ship. Almas Day is still not shipping their games, as far as I know. They haven't started shipping their games again, and hopefully that will end in July because there's this big order. I don't even know what all I ordered, but I ordered all last year, and I pre-ordered some stuff that should have come out in April or March, and it didn't. And so I'm just sitting there waiting. But I know I ordered a ton of games, so I'll have a ton of games to review. Right now, I'm only a little bit of games. I thought about ordering, like buying a few other games, but I don't want to get too many games. These other games come in, I have too many games. But right now, I barely have enough to get through the month, doing one a month. Me, I usually do 2 a month, and then do, like, whenever I can, do like a explosion of 10 or 12. I got 2 left. Well, I got another board game. That'll be reviewed for next month. I think I got 2 games. Where was the other one? Oh, yeah, another one came in, ordered off Amazon. So I ordered 2 off Amazon for next month, just to have 2. And I think I have 1 more coming in. So I only have 3 total. There's supposed to be a Kickstarter coming out in July, but it may be delayed again. And if that's the case, I'll just have to find. No, I think this was the 4th game. Wait, 1, 2, 3. And I got the 4th one coming. Yeah, so I do got 4 for July. I'm trying not to buy that many because I need to play a ton of games. I need to play a ton. Oh, my goodness. I hate having a shelf of shame. A shelf of shame is games you bought and haven't played it for. Ask Bernardo from Tabletop Island. That dude is like 200 games he's never played. I swear, I could go over to his house, rob him half blind, he wouldn't know. Maybe I'll try it. Thank you. Thank you for Happy Father's Day. Oh, okay, Chris. Chris, have fun with your mother, man. Thanks for stopping by. Batman versus Pee Wee Herman. Batman. Batman wins all the way. Have you read Song of Fire and Ice? No. Jeffrey, I'll tell you why, because it's not done yet. I think George R.R. Martin's going to die before that series is finished. However, if he does finish it, I will buy it. I will buy them all. I'll buy them all. And I'll read them. Do you keep up with current comics? If so, what are your thoughts on Dark Knight's Death Metal? I don't keep up with current comic books, Rob. I wish I did, but I just can't. Comic books have gotten so expensive now, so expensive. But Brock, you know what? I'm not pissed at DC for switching distributors. I'm not. Diamond says we're not going to ship books. DC's like, we need to make money. And so they went with someone else. I'm not mad at DC for switching distributors at all. Oh, you had to print out the cards, the English version of the cards. Okay, gonna play it, then review it. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. My copy, I was expecting end of June before you told me a timeline for you. I was expecting end of June. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still crossing my fingers, but the mailmen here are horrible. The mail service. If people ask me, how would you like me to send this? I always say FedEx or UPS. I will pay for the extra for them not to ship it through UPS, the Postal Service. But when they don't give me that option, I'm like, well, all right, that's fine. They say USPS because they got to deal with USPS. They pick it up, the package. It's simple. I understand. I don't want to rock the boat for them, but if they ever ask, I say, okay, how do you want this shipped out? I said, FedEx or UPS, your choice, not Postal Service, because they're awful here. Yeah, just cut them out and just sleeve them all with the actual card, And if it's a tight fit on the card, then it's going to, that paper or whatever you print out on. I got some card stock, so I'm going to put the card stock in there with the card. It's going to make them a little bit thicker, but it's going to be fine. I actually printed out a promo card on cardstock. It looks great, and you can't tell the difference when it's in a sleeve between that card and an actual card. So, because you can't find the promo anywhere for this game, so I was like, well, here, I'll just print it out. And I printed out front and back, and it's beautiful. It looks just like a regular card. You could not tell unless you took it out, because I took cardstock. It's the right thickness, because I measured the thickness of the card, and I was really proud of that. That was one of the few things I've done really well when adding bling to my board games. All your cards are yeah. My base game will be in English, but the expansions only came out in Polish, so I'll have to redo. I have to do the promo pack and the expansion in English versions, and they have printouts for that. So I can easily go on Board Game Geek. I have them. I have the files somewhere on this computer too. I already downloaded them, so I just got to print them. I just haven't yet because I'm waiting for the game to come in. Hello, Cody. Welcome. It's going pretty good. Batman Mighty Minis. Check them out. I will, Vinny. I will. What sort of things I like to do at home right now, Michael? Read books. Most people binge watch TV shows. I really haven't done that. Besides the DC animated universe, I did kind of binge watch that for a while. But I'm back to binging books, baby. Reading through the history of Middle-earth now. And Dune is next. And when I make it through Dune, it'll be early 2021. I hopefully will be done with my reviews of the expanded universe, and then I'll start reading all through Star Wars again. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. Yeah, Rob, what you heard? Well, see, the thing is, there's some people like Mile High Comics, which I think that guy's an idiot. He's like, DC sucks promotion. DC, 50% off on everything. I should have taken advantage of that and grabbed a few trades, right? And now that I think about it. But, yeah, I'm not mad at him. Some people are mad because everything goes through Diamond. Yeah, but Diamond's being a jerk, so. Okay, patch you up on SteamYard. SteamYard's easy to get on. And Benny, when things calm down, you and Jamie and a few others we'll do a stream together. But I've just been so busy in the day. In the mornings and like for Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be busy, of course, and the next weekend after that, and the next weekend after that, it's just one busy. It's right now, it's just a super busy time for me. But eventually, I want to get back to doing our little board game reviews or just sit around and talk board games. Dave Filoni is thinking about bringing Republic Commandos into Lucasfilm because he was also inspired by the Clone Wars. Okay. How are you going to do Star Wars to your kids? That one guy. I'll read the kiddie books to them, like the little Ewok books, Queen Amidala's necklace and stuff like Pendant or something. And then if they're still interested, we'll do young adult, maybe do some comic books, and then eventually I'll start reading books to them at night as bedtime stories. If they love Star Wars, if they say, "Daddy, Star Wars is boring," okay, that's fine. I'm not going to force them to love, anything. If they want to watch the new movies, okay, that's fine. I don't. Daddy's not going to sit and watch them. Like my brother, he hates the prequels. He refuses to watch the prequels with his kids. But if they want to watch the prequels, he'll say, "Matt, I need to borrow." He just borrowed Phantom Menace from me last week for them to watch. But he said it's an awful film. So I sat there and was reading a book. Every time I looked up, I just remembered how awful that film was. It's worse than I thought. He hates the prequels. Hey, Gabe, you found my channel a few weeks ago. Oh, welcome. Rich lore in the EU has never gotten reading. My brother-in-law gave me the Thrawn trilogy books, got them Sunday, and I'm literally halfway through Heir to the Empire. Awesome, Gabe. Awesome. Well, welcome to the channel, man. Let me know. Let me know what you think about them. I thought those books were really powerful. And then read wherever you like from there on out, because the EU is a great story in my opinion. It's a fantastic story. I almost envy you a little bit going through them the first time. That's really cool. Thanks, Gabe, for mentioning that. Thanks for being here today. What DC animated films would you recommend? I like the DC animated universe. Of course, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero are great. Return of the Batwoman, no. DC animated universe films. Justice League versus Fatal Five was the last one that came out last year. Didn't like it. Batman and Harley Quinn, actually pretty good. It's funny. It's funny. Um, Superman, no, Brainiac Attacks, Superman's movie. No, no good. Um, yeah, and I've seen a bunch of other DC animated stuff. Like I said, I want to say I saw some of Superman Doomsday, Bruce Show. Oh, the Killing. No, the Killing Joke. Saw the Killing Joke. I saw a lot of different Batman ones. I thought were interesting. What was the one that I just? Man, there's another one. I just thought about it and it's gone now. Oh, the Return of the Joker, Batman Beyond. Really good. I like the DC animated universe. Just made it through all of them recently. That's the only thing I've kind of binge watched. I started with Superman the animated series, which I thought was great, even though I hate Superman. Um, I, uh, Static Shock was made for kids. It's really not that good. Kids remember it as being fun, but it's really not that good. There are some decent episodes here and there, but overall, not so good. The Zeta Project, which was a spinoff of Batman Beyond, I understand where they were going, but you never care about Zeta. Plus, it's very dated. Like in the future, there's internet cafes where you can plug into a big desktop computer and drink coffee too, and everyone's on the interwebs. It's supposed to be in the future, but it's a very dated future with limited, people in early 2000s thinking, or late 90s thinking what the future will be, and 20 years got it way off. But it is kind of fun for that reason too. I'd love to see Drew Carpenter do something new. Sure, Michael. You have the new modern Dune game. It's not so bad, kind of cool. Okay, Vinny. Yeah, I looked at it a little bit, but I'm not that big of a Dune fan to get it. And plus, I don't think anyone in my gaming group's a Dune fan, so I couldn't get it for that reason. I mean, if I was a big enough Dune fan, I'd probably go ahead and buy it. My buddy had the Dune game, the original Dune game, and I wish he would have told me because I would have loved to have had that. He would have given it to me, but he decided to sell it online for. He sold it for a lot, a couple hundred, I think 200 or 150. But he had the complete copy at his house, his parents' house. Like, no, you didn't. He went, yeah, you know how it went for? You know how much it went for? I said, $200. It's like, yeah, how'd you know? I was like, it's a good game. I would have played the original game. That game would have been wild. The Mara Jade comic miniseries. Hamburger, I did a review on that, and I just thought, what was the point? For a Mara Jade comic book, I was super excited. And after it was over, I was like, okay. It wasn't. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't live up to its expectations for me. I don't know if it's bad. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it was like, I expected more. I always expect more, I guess, from a comic book. Cody, do you know any details of what we would have gotten from Star Wars Crucible? All I know is Sword of the Jedi. Yeah, Cody, I talked to Troy Denning a long time ago. Brian, you were there. If Brian's still on, Brian was right behind me. This is the first time I met Brian. And I think, Brian, you heard the conversation I had with Troy Denning. Troy Denning told me that he was coming up with a trilogy. He said they didn't know exactly what they were going to do for the next arc. He said that they were going to get together. They get together at Comic Cons and they go into a room, he said, just an empty ballroom, and sit around and plan out the next series. That's how they were deciding. I was like, wait, what? That's what y'all, he said, yeah, that's what we do. We just, me, Christy, Michael, we just all meet up. And I was like, shut up. He said, yeah, that's what we did to the last one. That's how they did for, Fate of the Jedi. But he said Christy had her trilogy, Sword of the Jedi, and he didn't have a name for it yet, but he said it was going to be the Unzadi, the snot vampires. He said it was going to be about them because they weren't explored and they were going to be the threat. And he just thought that was a cool idea. And Brian, if I remember, you were right behind me, and hopefully you were eavesdropping too. I remember I turned around and you introduced yourself to me after I was talking to Troy Denning. But yeah, that was really cool. So that's what he had planned. And I asked him, I have a theory. Well, let me hold that off when I review the Fate of the Jedi. But I have a theory of where I think Christy Golden was going, and I talked to Troy about it. I said this, and I said it points to this. It seems like points to this. He said, you know what? He said, I don't know why Christy did that subplot. We don't know why. He said He said, I like that idea. He said, but no, we never discussed anything like that. And I was like, makes sense. Makes sense. Norm's a great guy. Norm's a great guy. I hope I get a chance to see him this summer. I don't know. I don't know how busy or what it's going to be like this summer. I usually go. I usually am around Norm's neck of the woods. I'm like an hour away from his house when I vacation, and if I can, I want to go see him this year. I just don't know because the girls are a little bit older. Usually they would just sleep, and I brought them with me last time. This time I, I'd feel bad. His wife wouldn't mind because his wife is an angel. She's an angel, and she wouldn't mind watching the little girls. But that's a whole lot for me and Norm to sit around and play games. I don't know yet. I know Norm wouldn't mind either, but I would love. I hope I get to see Norm again when I go down this summer. How did I get my Last Jedi hardcover? Oh, the 4-in-1? I got that from Science Fiction Book Club a long time ago. Yeah, that's a hard one to get too, I hear. It was right before they stopped doing the books, the combining the hardcovers into one. I think that's how I got it. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Science Fiction Book Club. Killing Joke is actually one of my favorite comic books, period. There he is with a super chat. Ryan, RK Outpost, super sticker. Hey, Ryan, where's my shirt? I emailed Teespring yesterday. So well, as of Father's Day, it will be exactly 1 month since it's been shipped. You got bad service. You got bad service, Ryan. A package came in with clothes. I was like, "Is this it?" And it was Matilda Jane. My wife had bought stuff for my girls. What do I think about Sam Whitmore defunding the USA military right now? He'd be an idiot if he is. Let's see. John, Matt, are there any websites that list how to watch DC Animated Universe in chronological order? No, but here's what I did. I watched all the Batmans up to the 3 movies of Return of the Batwoman. Then I watched Superman. Then you would watch Superman and then Brainiac Attacks. Let me think about this. Then you would watch Static Shock. And then what I would do is after Static Shock, watch Batman Beyond and then the Zeta Project. Watch Return of the Joker after the Zeta Project because the Zeta Project is not that good. And Return of the Joker. Well, you know what? Maybe after watching the Zeta Project, you'll remember who Zeta was. He was in one episode of Batman. They thought it was Batman Beyond. They thought it was so interesting they made his own TV show. So maybe you'll like Zeta a little bit more. And then watch Return of the Joker, and then be like, oh, OMG, what did they do to Robin? And then after that, hold on, let me think. Watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, I'm liking how this is setting up here. And then after that, watch Justice League versus the Fatal Five, which is really not good. Only because it has the Legionnaires in it. I don't like the Legionnaires. And then watch Batman Harley Quinn and have a laugh fest with Batman Harley Quinn. DCAU does some great stuff. So there you go. That'd be a timeline I'd give you. And I'm sure there's a spot online, but I don't know. Favorite black actors and actresses. Obviously Billy D. Williams. Love is Lando Calrissian. Gosh, I don't know. I love Chris Tucker when he did stuff because I always thought he was funny. Gosh, I thought he was funny. I loved him in Rush Hour. Those would be a few. I'm trying to think of someone else. I know there's more. I'm not good with names. Wesley Snipes in Blade was pretty good. Really enjoyed me some Wesley Snipes too. Super sticker. How do you get a super sticker? Anyway. Do I remember Star Wars Micro Machines? Yeah. I still have a few, Vinny. Hey, son of Luke. Joseph, have I ever thought about making my own board game? Ryan, you got ripped off. There's my refund. uh, he ripped me off. You know what, Ryan? Oh well, no, I'm not gonna trash talk right now. Let's see, Joseph. Have you ever thought about me? Yes, I did, Joseph, several times. I'm just not that smart. I still sometimes look and think maybe if I really focus, I can make a really cool game. I have a few ideas. That may be a good top 5 there. Board games up I can make, but I have a few ideas. But I need to. I'm not good. I need to get with a board game designer, or need to maybe take a class. I don't know, but meet a board game designer to help me flesh it out. But and if I did, it would probably be a lot of borrowed mechanisms because I'm not smart to come up with my own mechanism. But if it's fun, who cares what mechanisms? Like Livingstone. Livingstone is not original. It borrows from 3 other board games, but it combines it together for a fun game. And I still see that game for like super cheap, but it's a fun game. But it's nothing new because it borrows from all these other mechanisms, but it's still cool. I mean, you look at viticulture. Viticulture is, in a way, generic, worker placement, but everyone loves it because it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. If you have fun playing the board game, that's all that matters. So I would like a game like that. It doesn't have to be unique in its mechanism. It would be nice if I had a unique mechanism. I think I have an idea for a neat twist on a mechanism, but other than that, it takes a long time and a lot of test plays to get the right game. So I don't know. I'd love to. Joseph, do you know much about board games? You designed a board game before? Chris, hey Chris. It's a true Highlander. Jerk. I'm not even talking about Highlander anymore. I read all the Highlander books. I'm done. I'm on History of Middle Earth, baby. I'm a Middle Earth geek again. And I am absolutely loving History of Middle Earth. Now this is book 10, and I'll be honest, he's going back to Silmarillion again. And even though it sounds cool, Morgoth's Ring, 33 pages in, I'm going, he's still rehashing Silmarillion stories. And that's what it's going to be for the next, at least, well, no, this book and the next book. He rehashes the Silmarillion. And then Peoples of Middle Earth is just basically all of Tolkien's, notes on elves, dwarves, orcs, the Riders of Rohan and stuff like that, which I'm sure is going to be interesting. But like I said, I don't feel like he gave away to Sauron Defeated has some fantastic, has a lost chapter from Return of the King. I mean, that's how good, and the chapter's great. But then he puts in this story, the Notion Papers Club, that Tolkien wrote but never published, but he fooled around with writing it. It has nothing to do with Middle Earth, but it's one of his lost writings. Now, he could have put that in book 5, which is called The Lost Road and Other Writings, because he has other stories in there. But the Notions Papers Club is half the book of Sauron Defeated. So it's kind of deceitful, right? You think, oh, Sauron Defeated, this is a book on Sauron. And yet then there's this Notion Papers Club in there that has nothing to do with Sauron. He was just trying to fill pages. And that's what half the book is that other books, mini book inside of a book. So I didn't really appreciate that. Plus, he threw another First Age reprint story from Silmarillion in there, which mentions Sauron as a servant of Morgoth, but then doesn't really go anywhere with it. So Sauron's not the main focus. I was like, you're just trying to pad pages, dude. For the little bit he had of the Lord of the Rings, he could have just combined that into the previous novel, which is called War of the Ring, and been done with it. So I was really excited about Sauron Defeated, but then I remember I was like, oh, wait, this has a lot of fluff in it. I didn't even read the Notion Papers Club, which I finished that book really quick. When I found out Notion Papers Club has nothing to do with Middle Earth. I don't want to read this. So I skipped over it, and that was honestly a couple hundred pages. It's a 450-page book, and I bet Notion Papers Club was 220 pages of it. I was like, I went from page 187 to page 332 and like that or something, I was like, okay, now we're going to, and that motivated me to finish the book. So Morgoth's Ring, I was going to make it about 75, maybe even 100 pages tonight, and then sleep on it. But that's my big thing now. Chris is being a jerk. Highlander's good stuff. You need to watch you some Highlander, Chris. Have I ever played HeroClix, Sean? No, but I think it's cool. I think I'd like it, but I don't know anyone that plays either. I did get there is going to be, or there could be, a small role-playing group for Star Wars, not the one online if Seth is going to watch this. But if so, I might. He's a dungeon master, and the moons are aligning where there was an old Star Wars RPG group that played West End games. And when my buddy saw all my entire collection of West End game stuff, he's like, Matt, you have more stuff than I did. He said, this is great. I could do a great adventure with this. I went, well, I mean, if I could get all my board games played, dadgummit, I'd probably spend time playing an RPG. And who knows? Who knows? If they all get played in time, maybe we'll start one. No, I don't want to dye my hair. I mean, I probably would, blonde like Luke Skywalker, and she'd be like, time for a shave. I like hardbacks better than paperbacks, Cody. That's why I try to get all the science. That's why I love Science Fiction Book Club. I don't have the Aliens versus Predator Micro Machines, Vinny, but that sounds cool. Biker Mice from Mars. I remember that. Wow, I never watched it because I was too old, but it's pretty cool. Have you read the canceled Heart of the Jedi book that was uploaded online? Yes, Hamburglar. It was uploaded online, and I got to read it, and it's a pretty good hardback novel, too. I'm one of the few people who actually got it in hardback. You cannot get this anymore because Lulu shut it down immediately almost. And from my knowledge, not many hardbacks came out. There's a few paperbacks out there, but not many hardbacks. And I was very fortunate to be one of very few people who got a hardback of that right before they canceled it. Even though it was free, they weren't charged. I mean, he was charging the printing costs for it. But then Joe just put it online. That's where it's been ever since. So I had some paperbacks, but I gave them away. But yeah, I got that hardback. I'm very proud of that. I have it in a hardback novel. Yeah, Joseph, it takes a lot of effort to put a board game together. 400 test plays, artists, and that's the other thing. I would like to have good artists too, but the thing is, if you pitch it to a publisher and you know your stuff, you get to then they may take you up on it. Like I even gave an expansion idea for a board game. I said, look, all you have to do is put down. I mean, I wrote it all out. It's a simpler board game, but I wrote out the expansion, wrote out all the cards for it and everything. I said, look, all I want is credit. Say designed by Matt Wilkins. If you do that, I will not take a penny of the rights. I would not take a penny of it. I would just like to see my name on the board game. I was serious. I would not do it for the money. I'd love to see my name on a board game. Now, of course, creating a board game from scratch and not jumping off someone else's idea is different. Probably want to get paid for that. But I'd love to do my own board game. Rob D. Still haven't watched the entirety of Return of the King. To be honest, dude, I despise Peter Jackson's movies. That's weird, isn't it? But I just hate them. I did think about giving him a second chance, but I know it's going to piss me off, especially after I've been reading Lord of the Rings recently, and I remember the story really well. But the thing I'm trying to find, that's another thing I'm trying to find. I can't find it online. The animated Return of the King. I know it's on DVD on Amazon, but I don't want to buy it. I want to watch it. I want to watch it streaming. No one has that movie streaming. I wish they did because I really want to see it. I used to watch it as a kid. You can get The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings cartoon streaming, but you cannot find Return of the King. You cannot find that, or I can't. Now, I should shave my head, right, Vinny? That'd be funny. Actually, the missus told me she wants me to grow it out like my brother-in-law, but this hair long does not look good. Um, top 3 storylines in the EU you'd like to see resolved. I don't know. I mean, you're talking to me, so I just want completion. I want them to bridge the gap between Crucible and the Legacy comic books. That's number one, if that's really a storyline hanging out there. Force Unleashed 3, just because I want to see what would happen to Starkiller. And what's another one that didn't get finished? I mean, you could say the Legacy comic book. You could say the no, you didn't say comic books. You said well, I know it's the EU stories. You could also say the Dawn of the Jedi comic books. I mean, they never finished the science adventures. That's stupid, but it always bothered me. So I don't know. See, that's not a good one, is it? But I like to see those maybe, even though Force Unleashed is not that great. They're okay novels, but it ended on a cliffhanger, right? You want to see the end. Yeah, I know. A lot of people ordered Heart of the Jedi and didn't get it in time, and I hated that because they canceled almost everyone's order, but because I was one of the first ones to order, I guess mine went through. Yeah, the hardback looks amazing, doesn't it? Eventually, well, no, I'm not going to mention that because it may not happen. Uh, I never watched DC Teen Titans. Oh no, the TV show. You mean Titans from DC's streaming service? I did. I watched the first 2 seasons. Garbage, hot garbage. Can't watch it anymore. So terrible. But nothing else Teen Titans I've seen. My little nephews love Teen Titans Go. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world, but they love it. I've never seen the 100, but I've heard good things about it. Holy crap, did I catch up just like that? I did. Check me out. Oh, yeah. Adventures in Hyperspace. Well, that kind of ended, right? I mean, I know it was supposed to go more books in the series, but didn't. So those kind of ended there, I think. They only went two. Oh, unpublished stuff I would love to see. Of course, Sword of the Jedi, Star Wars Fairy Tales, Escape from Dagu, Blood Oath. I would love to see Blood Oath. Ooh, that'd be one of my top ones. Maybe not even Sword of the Jedi. Blood Oath will be by Elaine Cunningham because that was almost done. And it's even mentioned in one of the other New Geo Order books because they called Elaine Cunningham and said, "What can I say about Zeke?" Okay, and they put that in there. Yeah. So Blood Oath, Escape from Dagu because it's finished, and probably Sword of the Jedi. Was there another unpublished one I'd like to see? Well, no, Star Wars Fairy Tales. Star Wars Fairy Tales, I would love. John Whitman's 2 books that he wrote. I would love to see those. I think those would be interesting. What would I replace that with? Not Escape from Dagu. Probably Sword of the Jedi. I'd replace it with Sword of the Jedi because Chrissy Golden said Sword of the Jedi was never written. It's a lie. I don't know. That's a hard choice. Probably those 4. Can I have 4? Can I have 5? I don't know what my 5th one would be. I don't know what other unpublished book is out there. Oh, started reading Outbound Flight, huh, Sean? Yeah, that's fun. That's fun because it talks about, it kind of reveals the mystery around Outbound Flight that was set up in the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Escape from Purdue. Huh? There's always room for more Alex Winger. Don't like Alex Winger. Have you ever played Star Wars Galaxies and Empire Divided? No, I have not. Is that what? Is that No, I haven't. That's a video game, right? Would I've liked to see the canceled Karen Travis Boba Fett novel? No, I'm not a Karen Travis fan. I would like to never see her again. Would I want to see the new Marvel 109? Well, remember when I did an interview with Matthew Rosenberg, there will not be a Marvel 109. No, if Marvel was given the rights to do Legends comic books, they would write something different. which I think is right. I think 108, I think Marvel 108 was a great way to end the series that Mary Jo Johnson couldn't end properly because she wasn't given enough time. If she was given enough time, she probably would have given it a proper ending. But 108 gave it a more, it smoothed out some things. It did a lot of retcon. It did a few retcons, which I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed the retcons. But that's because Matthew Rosenberg and the people in Marvel were EU fans. But they said they wouldn't do a 109. If they would, they'd do something different. So, yeah, I agree with that. It's going to be fun. Rob, I would have liked to seen Star Wars 1313. Yeah, of course. Because guess what, Rob? It was supposed to be a comic book and novel tie-in. They were supposed to, it was going to be one of those multimedia things like Shadows of the Empire. And I was real excited when I heard that. Real excited. I don't get excited for for video games. But when I heard that, I was like, ooh, yeah, that looks good. That sounds good. Yes. Yes. One of the main reasons I started was to learn more about Sabaoth. Yeah. Sebaoth, or however you pronounce it, Sebaoth, whatever. Yeah, no, and that's the real Joris Sabaoth. Yeah, it's interesting, right? He's not what you expected, actually, or not what I expected the real one would be. He sounds very close to the crazy clone in a way at times. So, but maybe the clone was just an extended or more, what's it called? More personified person than he was. I can't think of the name right now. Embellished character than the original Joris was. But yeah. So hopefully forgot to send a text. Hopefully gonna play a few board games with my nephews. I found out that my Back to the Future says two to 4 players. I don't have 2 players. I want to play my co-op game with someone. I don't know if my nephews know Back to the Future though. That's sad. But oh, wait, I got some more questions there. I must have missed them. Matt, Star Wars Imaginext battle board games you collect and connect. They're card and dice battle games. Interesting, Vinny. I need to. It's funny because as much as I love Star Wars, as much as I love board games, you think I love Star Wars board games, and I don't. I have like 4 in my collection. I traded one this year, so I have 4 now. Queen's Gambit, which is amazing. Epic Duels, which is very good. Sabak. I have the old West End Games Sabak cards, which I did get to play, and I love Sabak. And we have an Ollie's here, and they have those it's called Han Solo's card game, which is kind of like Sabak. The cards look like Sabak, but it's not the same game. It's $5 at Ollie's. I'm this close to getting it. I know Jamie did a review on it, and I was like, it's not Sabak by the rules I know, but I don't know. I may get it. I don't know. But Sabak is a good game. What's the third? Oh, Ewoks, my little kitty Ewok game. Oh, yes, right. You did review that, Vinny. I do remember that. I didn't. Like I said, you put out so many, brother. I've watched a lot of them, but not all of them. Just because I've been so busy. But I've watched a lot. I'll sit there and binge watch as many of your videos as I can. I really enjoy the games you're bringing out. I'm just in awe of your collection. I really am. Do you think the prequels era EU books improve some things in the prequels? Absolutely, Cody. Cloak of Deception is the best example of that. It enhances episode 1 to no end. It really does. I also think that Jude Watson's Jedi Apprentice and Jedi Quest books are really good. They're really good. They enhance the character of Qui-Gon. We don't see much of Qui-Gon. I love those books. Those are a great surprise. There's some other prequel, just looking back here. I mean, there's the only Clone Wars ones I really enjoyed was MedStar. But yeah, there's some good prequel stuff in there. I mean, Outbound Flight's prequel. Rogue Planet is kind of prequel and tied into New Jedi Order, which was fun. So yeah. Yeah, he is very identical. I thought that too, Sean. I was kind of disappointed because I thought he should have been made different than the clone. It's a little crazy. Joris Sabaoth. That's just what I'm going to call him because I don't care how you pronounce the name. I probably got it wrong. I pronounce all these names wrong. Just rereading Bounty Hunter Wars. What did you think of Cajun coined the term steampunk? Did he? Did he? Really? I don't remember. I don't recall that. You know, it's funny quality because I need to go back and reread those because those are ones that and Chris and I were talking about this. They're the ones that really flew under the radar and the ones that not many people talk about. And I remember it not being bad, but I just don't remember that many details. Like I said, in my review, I remember the spider alien, which I thought was really cool. I thought they should have done more with him. I remember there's is a kind of prequel, sequel, and stuff. And I thought it was interesting. Boba Fett going into the Bounty Hunters Guild with Bosca's father in charge and basically just destroying it from within. I thought that was a really good story. Now it's time to drink Tab. Yes, they still make it. I didn't go back to the future to get it. I'll be up for another hour. Okay. Yeah, like 15 versions of Star Wars Monopoly. I gave away my copy. Gave it to a friend of mine. He was a big Star Wars fan. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to play Monopoly again. I'm just not. So the only Monopoly game I have is right there, Monopoly Gamer, Mario Kart, which I enjoy. But I gave away my Star Wars Monopoly game because I knew he'd play it more. I want the game to be played. If I'm not going to play it, and I know someone else will play it, I'll give it. Are there any characters you always play as when you think of the best epic duel? No, Sean. I try to play through different characters. I wanted different strategies. Do you know why? You know what? My wife, she just played epic duels with me a few weeks ago. She beat me again. I have never beat my wife at that game. We've played 4 or 5 times, and she doesn't even want to play the game anymore. I guess she's afraid that her winning streak will come to a close. She always beats me. In fact, last time when she beat me, she didn't even know she beat me. She went, wait, where's your other character? I said, you killed him off a long time ago. She went, oh, I won? I said, yes, you won again. She's really good at that game. Don't know how she does it because I do want to win epic duels. But epic duels with more players is chaos, and I absolutely love it. In fact, if I played it with more players, it would probably move way up my favorites list. Would it be interesting to purchase more Star Wars 13? Yeah, if they made Star Wars 13 or Underworld back in Legends, sure. Oops, lost my place. Would it be possible, Dare to make more omnibus of all the Star Wars EU shorts from ebooks made? Yes, but they need to see, Edward, if there's a market. And there's not a there's a market for us hardcore fans, but for the generic fan out there who sees Star Wars, they see a list of short stories, ebooks, and magazines and stuff like Star Wars Insider. They're going to think like, that's garbage. And they're not going to get it because they're not going to understand it. I wish they would do that because I think it would sell, but that would be a very specific group that would want those shorts, those hard to find stories, like those big collectors like you and me. I'd love that, but I just don't see that ever happening. Because I'm a fan of Jane and Kit Duran. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Benny. What family shows would I be interested in doing when you grow older? I mean, yeah. Well, how would I like my girls to be involved? Hopefully in board game reviews. My girls would want to be in board game reviews, or maybe having them review the books, tell me what they thought of the Star Wars. But that'd be really awesome. I don't know if they're going to do either, but yeah, I'd love for them to be. I adore them to be a part of my YouTube channel years from now. My favorite bounty hunter from the movies was actually Forlom when I was a kid. I loved Forlom. And I thought he was an awesome looking. I know he was a droid. I was kind of disappointed he was a droid. I thought he had a mask and everything. I thought he was an actual person. But I loved Forlom as a kid. I mean, I guess Boba Fett, right? You got to pick Boba Fett there. The Darth Bane trilogy is very good. Dark Lord trilogies. Death Troopers, that's another good one, Gabe. You're picking good ones there, brother. Oh, you're welcome, Vinny. I mean that. Seriously, I could spend a whole week playing board games with you all day and never get bored. Because there's like I look at your list and I'm like, I'd try that. I'd try that. I'd try that game. You know, I would too. Vinny, you're up in New York, right? I can't remember what you said. I know you said on you may not be in New York. But I remember you were talking with Norm about it. Um, Still haven't finished Harry Potter. And Lord of the Rings, I think, is a very good game. Harry Potter, I reread it just this past year, and even though it's enjoyable, don't hate me, folks, it does have its problems. She put too many easy fixes, too many simple MacGuffins that fix a problem in the book. The books are fun. The books are a fun read, and everyone tries to mimic them. So I'm not downing these books at all, but it's not as great. She kind of gets a little, there's a little too much in the world that just doesn't make sense. Everything is so convenient. And I noticed that this time reading through it. It's still fun. I'll still read it to my girls, but I'm thinking, it's not a masterpiece like I used to think it was. Matt Tap, oh, Crystal Pepsi all the way, Rob. Do you know how I can get Crystal Pepsi? Does anyone know? Michael, I hear in Canada, they sell Crystal Pepsi. That's what someone told me. Like Crystal Pepsi sells in Canada. If so, let me know. I need some Crystal Pepsi. Get you that address. Ship me that Crystal Pepsi, brother. Somehow I'll pay you. PayPal or something. I would love some Crystal Pepsi by the case. I don't know if there's a place I can order it direct from Canada. I would. I really want some Crystal Pepsi. Hey, Billy Fighter. Love Boba Fett. Yeah, New York. Think New York. Well, I thought you had New York. My brother lives in New York, New York. He's an opera singer, Vinny. He lives in the Bronx. Yeah, it's the Bronx. I don't think it's Brooklyn. I think it's the Bronx. But he's an opera singer. If I ever, and I keep telling my wife, if we hadn't had the kids by now, I probably would have gone. But someday I'll have to go to New York because I want to see the New York Mets play. That's my favorite baseball team in the world. And just want to see New York. I would like to see some Broadway shows. I like theater. I like to see some Broadway shows, see the sights, and actually have a lot of good friends in New York. Joe's up there. Rich is over in, I think, Connecticut or New Jersey. And I could go see him. I have another buddy, Tim, who's up there. I have tons of friends up there on top of my brother. And that's where our home office is, where I work for. And one of I'm not bragging this, but one of the big CEOs actually knows me and actually said, whenever I'm up in New York, let him know. He's going to take me to a Mets game, give me good seats and everything. And he was serious. He contacted me a few weeks later and said, I'm by the way, I'm serious about that invitation. When you come up here, let me know. I'll get you good tickets. I was like, you got it, brother. It's happening. So, and it would have happened maybe if the kids weren't born, but that's fine. Eventually, we'll go up there again when the disease is gone. I don't really care about that. I'd love to travel anyway. But what is your favorite ship that was first introduced in the EU? That's hard, but you are probably right. It is Lady Luck, Sean. Probably right. Lando's Lady Luck is a really good ship. That may be my favorite too. I have to think about it more. I know what fighter. I like K bombers and I love E wings, but V wings from Dark Empire. But yeah, Lady Luck probably. So yeah, that seems to be a thing with magic and fantasy stories. They create MacGuffins to win buttons. And it's not just, it's okay if you have like a big magic sword that can solve your problems. I'm just saying, like, they have this magic thing that can take you back in time. So why wouldn't Dumbledore go back in time and stop, Tom Riddle from the very beginning? Yeah, I mean, it's like if all of this stuff truly exists, then why aren't you using it? Why aren't you using it? If Dumbledore knows he's got to die, why didn't he have the Sorcerer's Stone on him at that time? I mean, he knows where it is. They would give it to him. They let him borrow it. So I mean, there's just too many, man. In a world where you have all these super magical items that can do anything, then the whole thing of Voldemort would have been powerless. Or if he would have gotten these items, he would have been powerful. No one could stop him. So, but like I said, it's made for kids. It's good for what it's worth. It's just not as fantastic as I used to recall. Oh wow, you deliver Autopots in the Bronx. That's funny. It'd be wild if you actually passed him in the street one day. That does happen. But yeah, he's a good guy. He does some off Broadway stuff, but mainly opera is his dance, man. He loves opera, and he travels a lot for opera too. In fact, I hear he's on some kind of 6 week thing. He's going to be down here for a few. I just found this out. He's going to be here for a few weeks, then go up to New York for a few weeks, and then come back down for our family vacation. So he's coming here for like what I heard 3 weeks, but he never picks up the phone when I call. He picks up the phone when my little sister calls because he likes her better, I guess. But yeah, if he's in town, that'd be awesome for a few weeks. I'd love to hang out with him. What's the best book between 3 and 4? I mean, there's not that many books, right? Would you have to go with oh no, never mind. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is Brian Daley's Han Solo. Ooh, no. L. Neil Smith's Lando Calrissian trilogy. There you go. And I mean it. I love L. Neil Smith's Lando Calrissian trilogy. You know what, Vinny? I would. Oh, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you, Vinny. I appreciate that. But I would just, I will definitely let you know, Vinny. I would definitely, if I do get up there, I'm gonna have a laundry list of people that I gotta go visit there for 2 weeks now. And I got so many things I want to do, but I would definitely try to reach out to you because I'm being serious. I'd love to see the collection, if nothing else, and just see this vast expanse of board games that you have and everything. So yeah, it's you do have a massive. Like I was just trying to look through as you were doing your overview on Norm's channel, and I was like, holy cow, look at all the stuff he has. It's amazing. You have a lot of games that I remembered as a kid, and a lot of games I was like, I never knew that existed. And I want to comment, but I'm like, I can't get to the next video. So yeah, really awesome stuff, and I mean that. Thank you though, and hey, you know what? If I ever do make it up there, brother, you got it. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to play some games. Love it. I do it with Norm, and I absolutely love it. I was supposed to do it with Bernardo from Tabletop Island. Actually, we were supposed to meet up in Dallas for BGG SpringCon and play a lot of games. He's a cool dude too. I talked to him a lot. You knew I was going to say the Lando trilogy, and then why'd you ask? When you speak about zombies in the EU, do you think that was stupid, or were you interested? I was hesitant, but as Joe Shriver was pitching it to me, I loved it. I love Death Troopers, not Red Harvest. Red Harvest is it's wild. As good as Death Troopers is, Red Harvest is equally as bad. But I will read that one too. Anyway, all right. So, how am I getting more viewers now? That's weird. You think they tether off by now? Yeah. Finish my. Oh wait, did I finish this? I heard no Canadian. I guess there's no Canadians out there anymore. Can tell me about Crystal Pepsi. I'd love to get my hands on Crystal Pepsi. We can get Surge here in Monroe. Surge is easy to find because they bottle it here. You can only get it on Amazon. It's an Amazon pantry exclusive or something. It has been for years. But because we bottle it, they can sell it in this town. And so I thought Surge was everywhere. And I was telling my buddies, like, yeah, go to Walmart. Shoot, go to Dollar Tree. They have Surge. I went, what, they do? And they're like, we can't find Surge. I went, dude, it's everywhere. Come on. And then I found out by Coca-Cola bottler that it's only here because it's a regional thing. And because they bottle it here, they're allowed to sell it in the town. But that's the only reason we can have. So I'm blessed with Surge, which is really fun to drink. But I've gotten kind of tired. When it's around you all the time, you don't appreciate it as much. I'll pick up a Surge every once in a while. Like when I get off my diet, I'll probably pick up a Surge again and try one here and there. But it's one of those things when you're blessed with riches. I also like Pib. So Mississippi is getting rid of their Pib. Last time I went, they were out. Now I'm starting to get worried. I'm like, is Coke ending Pib? because I love Mr. Pibb, and it's getting harder to find now in Mississippi, which is a bad thing. Do I like fast food pizza chains? Domino's I haven't been to in years, but last time I ate there, it was really good. Pizza Hut I go to, but only it's right because it's right down the road. Little Caesars, heck yeah, $5 pizza all day long. I love that. I actually like Little Caesars, and usually I get their all toppings thing for like $8. It's really a good deal. Little Caesars good. If I had a CC's Pizza here, I don't like Papa John's, but if I had a CC's Pizza here, I'd eat there every day almost. I just love CC's, but we don't have it anymore. Um, uh, they shut it down. The health inspector shut it down. That's scary. But when we go down to the beach, there's two CC's on the way, and I'm usually going to stop at one of those and eat CC's, either on the way down or when we travel on the way back up. I love CC's. Oh, Vinny, I love a big Italian dinner. Man, yeah, dude, you're making it sound even better, dude. You did not like Death Troopers, but like Red Harvest. Wow. Wow. That's it. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Forget the Olive Garden. That's right, Vinny. Vinny's pretty insane. I don't know, Jamie. Jamie, you're someone I'd go to meet too, man. I totally would. My wife loves she got to see all your on the scene stuff. She said, oh my gosh, all of it's there. I said, well, it's not in his backyard. He has to travel an hour this way, an hour. He's kind of traveling a little bit out of his way, but yeah, it's in around the neighborhood. I said, that's Hollywood. They're filming stuff around there. She went, that's amazing. She still can't get over Michael Myers' house because she's a big Halloween fan. See, if I went to Jamie's house, though, what would happen is he would catch me red-handed stealing his Koljica because mine hasn't come in. Yeah, I think Red Harvest also came with a straw because it sucked. I'm glad there is someone out there who likes it, to be honest. Yeah, he was a librarian. Oh, really? They had him? That was the guy from Dark Empire. Was he in there? Is it the same tree Jedi that was in Dark Empire 2, the comic book? If so, I missed that connection. Now, I could be way off because there could be other sword librarian Jedi. Ohio's got a CCP. Yeah, we don't have one anymore. If Legends were to make more novels, I would like to read about Yoda's origin story. Yeah, that would be a good one, Edward. I agree with you on that. You know, George Lucas, that was one of the no-nos. He always said no Yoda stories. The one he ever approved was Dark Rendezvous. And that's why Escape from Dagu didn't get published. Because when they got the green light to do a Yoda story, they're like, we got to do Yoda. You know, and actually that's Chris Nelson's favorite EU novel. And he's not kidding. He loves Dark Rendezvous because of its uniqueness, I think, and because he likes it. Oh, hey, Adam. Adam, is Oklahoma in phase 3 yet? Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Welcome, Johnny. Oh, okay, well, if he dies, then it's not the same one. It's the same species, though. Ooh, yeah, do that one, Jamie. Anything with Michael Myers, my wife would be impressed to see it. Jamie, my wife took a picture. I don't know if she still has it. A long time ago on her cell phone, she said, hey, Matt, check it out. Someone's driving Michael Myers' car. It's been sitting here in the parking lot. Well, she took a picture and went, Megan, is there a guy? Is Michael Myers in the car? And she went, no. She said, it was empty. I said, look at your picture again and enlarge it. The reflection, I guess, from the light on the window makes it look like Michael Myers is sitting straight up profile with his mask on. And my wife was freaked out. She went, Matt, there was no one in that car when I took the picture. I said, I know, but the light makes it look like Michael Myers' face. She went, it is him. So she was like, oh my gosh, I can't go back to work. I was like, get out of here. But yeah, she'd love that. Bigger than the Feast of Odin, huh? It's awesome. We make a music soundtrack for Expanded Universe podcast? No. That'd be fun. I'd like to hear Star Wars themed music from other people. That'd be interesting, though. Come to Texas. Everything is open. Really? Billy, you around Dallas? No, you're not. You're around Houston, aren't you, or something? Yeah, I hear Texas is in phase 3 now. I'm proud of y'all. I hope we are next Friday, but the governor is not happy because our numbers aren't going up, but they haven't gone down, and that's just as bad, right? Sad that you're getting the Kenobi show by Disney, but you love that novel. Yeah, that novel's great, isn't it, Johnny? It's a great novel. Yeah, Drew Carperson's ass got shot down. That sucks too. I hate it. That's why I think they should have a Legends division and let Drew Carperson write more. The music from Prince of the Universe. Thanks. Appreciate that, Michael. Zana was a great character. Oh, you're gonna name your daughter Zana? That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool. Carrie Newman. That's funny. Well, Rob, probably those shows, everything's been not canceled, but just kind of delayed. I did hear, though, they're going to be allowing filming soon, like late June or now. I think they're lifting the filming ban. California is, or someone is, and let them going to go back to filming because now Walking Dead is being worked on. The finale, the editors are back in the room, and they're going to air the finale. And I think a lot of TV shows got the green light to go ahead and go back to work soon or just recently. I can't remember what I read on that. Oh, Fort Worth. That's where I was working for the longest. I used to travel there all the time to Fort Worth. I was on Trinity Boulevard. There's a Holiday Inn right when you get off that exit off of I-20. I think it's I-20. There's a Holiday Inn there and a Courtyard Marriott. There's a McDonald's around there too. But I used to stay in that Holiday Inn all the time in Fort Worth. In fact, Billy Fighter, I go to the BGG Spring Con. I kind of want to go to the Fall Con, but I don't think the missus is feeling that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here in the Southwest, yeah, things are kind of closed, and I'm, right here, Southwest Virginia. Yeah, I have a bad feeling the governor's going to put us on another 2 weeks in phase 2. I don't want that to happen, but again, if our numbers do not go down in a week, which they haven't gone down at all, they've never gone up, but they've never gone down. Everyone else has been going down, and I heard that New Orleans numbers started going down, and ours are still plateauing. But we have like fast drive-through testing now, and they said people are just lining up just to see. And then a lot of people they're getting falsely tagged as positive because a guy just recently got falsely tagged, waited a few days, said, you know what, I feel fine, I can't have COVID. Went back and they said, yeah, you don't have COVID, but he's already been counted for that week. So I wish people would just stop getting tested. That's stupid to say, right? But I just want to get back to normal. Your last name's Lucas, so if you have a son, you're naming after him. That's funny. Naming him George. That's great. Oh no, it's not. It's not a fanboy answer to say Thrawn is your favorite character in the EU. He's a great character. You're in phase 3, but not much is open. That's nice. We're not in phase 3. I guess I just heard that one state is going to have a phase 4. I was like, phase 4? I've never heard of this. I'm part of a theater group, and we really want to put on a show, but theaters may remain closed still, and that's really gonna hurt us if it happens. How much time do you spend reading all day? Anytime I'm not with my girls, I'm usually reading a book. Usually reading. That's what I do in my spare time right now. Read books. So that's my big deal. Oh, Twilight Creation Zombies. Well, that's one of my favorite ones. I love it, and I love all the expansions to it. I got to play Zombie Dice. My nephews have Zombie Dice, and they I played. It was fun. Phase 3 on the 1st. We would begin phase 3 on the 29th. We would actually beat you if that were the case. But I don't think the governor did not sound positive today about next week. He just said that he's got very concerned. A few places have not gone up, but they haven't gone down, and that's the concern. Yeah, you do. And Dallas Fort Worth area, I hate the traffic there, Billy Fire. I despise. That's the number one town I despise driving around in. I despise it. But we go every year. We go every like again. I'm trying to go to BGG in the fall, and kind of pitched to my wife. She was yeah, not thinking about right now, which is fine. I don't have to go. But yeah, even though I hate going over there, they've got always this great stuff to do. They got concerts going on. Went and saw Weezer a few years ago. Loved it. Loved it. The Weezer concert was amazing. Best concert I've ever been to. Almost back to normal in Germany. That's awesome to hear. I really am glad because it just kind of wrecked economies. It's wrecking people's lives here. A lot of people, the PPPs are about to expire in June 30th. And if we don't go to phase 3, and that's the thing that it sucks for the governor because he almost has to go to phase 3, or there's going to be massive unemployment because everyone's going to start firing people left and right. And I know this for a fact. And it's going to get bad if we don't go to phase 3. So it sucks to be the governor because you're like, man, I want to watch out for the safety of people, but at the same time, the welfare of people is suffering. And I would also say, psychologically, I've noticed that a lot of my friends have changed a little bit. Psychologically, I remember Dr. Phil saying something about psychologically, the whole quarantine is not good for Americans. And I was thinking, no, get out of here. People will get over it. But it's really, I see a lot of depressed people. A lot of my friends have been depressed over, even though we're coming out of it, they're like, I mean, this whole quarantine has been depressing for them, and they're different. They're different. I really am shocked at the different attitude. I joked around with one this morning. I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? He's like, I don't know, man. This whole quarantine. And my sister was talking about, that she has a bakery. The store hasn't been making much. That hasn't been as much foot traffic because they're still in phase 2, and it just doesn't feel normal. It feels empty. It doesn't feel lively, and it's just hard to get the energy going on there. But I was like, that sucks. That does suck. And so there is a, mental thing going on too that's really damaged a lot of people. So it's been more damaging than we knew. Not just the virus, but just damaging on the welfare, economy, people's lives, welfare wise, and then their mental health, suffer. So I hate all that. Oh yeah, rush hour's awesome. Awful. I mean. Johnny, I agree with that. I think the media sensationalizes it, and they don't tell the truth as much. Because if you sensationalize it, if you say things are bad, tune in tonight, tomorrow night. Okay, I will, because things are so bad. If you say everything's things aren't as bad, we're getting through this, they'll be like, oh, okay, then I don't have to watch TV. I can go back to binging my TV shows instead of watching you. So I see why they do it, but I don't agree with it. You can't walk in. Well, here they strongly advise you wear a mask, but someone doesn't. I don't think you're conspiracy. My sister is conspiracy theory. And it's funny because I can't. We laugh because it makes sense. You know that China created the virus. I mean, yeah, yeah. Obviously, I think it is true they did. Did they mean to unleash it? No, I think it was an accident. But I think they were testing it. It's safe to say they were testing it, and it got out, and they never had any idea it was going to be that bad. But she said that she's saying they did it on purpose, and here's why: because they needed to get rid of their elderly and everything. And I was like, come on, no. But that's true. They hate their elderly, so it's like, yeah, come on, get out of here. But it's funny to hear her talk, and she's half serious and half joking. Oh, thanks, Edward. Glad you're enjoying Revan. Thanks for the kind words. Kansas City beats Queens with traffic road rage. Am I union? No. I just care about people and their jobs and their just their well-being. Hey, you know what? Good. I'm glad people want to hire. I do see fast food places hiring. I'm like, good, good, good. I want to see people, getting jobs out there. I want to see the economy get growing again, especially ours. I live in a smaller town, not hometown, but it's a nice normal size. I don't know how many people are here, but I do want to see the economy grow always. I love seeing how a city grows. I love seeing that too. Jamie, I went to a funeral and there were a ton of old people there. None of them social distance. None of them wore masks, and all of them were just happy to be there. I mean, sad because their friend died, but they hugged one another. They were talking, laughing. They came up to me, hugged me. Only one old lady said, "Can I hug you?" I said, "Ma'am, you're more at risk than I am, so come here, bring it." And I got a hug. But other than that, everyone's like shaking my hand and shaking me. Good to see you. I'm so glad you came. And how have you been? How them girls? And no, they just wanted to be out and about. Now it just made me happy. Made me happy to see that. I want to see a little bit of normality come back. My cousin, my youngest cousin, who graduated college just recently, she got married right before the pandemic. I mean, rode the wave right when they said, hey, this may be a pandemic. That was the weekend she got married because things were normal back then. Buffets and stuff like that was still around. And that weekend they said, okay, you can't have gatherings more than 250. And that was the beginning of the end. But she had the last normal wedding, before things went crazy. And that was awesome. I'm so happy that my cousin got to be, and she was proud. She's like, hey, we made it in before before COVID. So we didn't have to go to all the things, and no one wore masks, and everything was fun, and everyone danced together. There's no social distancing back then. That was the last weekend before everything went down. So it was really nice. I'm glad she had a wonderful wedding. It does feel like another planet, doesn't it? Haven't watched Space Force. I hear it's good though. Do you agree with the whole stay at home and 6 feet apart shenanigans? I mean, here's the deal. You need to cover your cough. Of course, if you're stay at home, don't be a moron. You need to cover your cough and you need to wash your hands. Those are more important than social distancing. You can social distance, and that's fine. But remember, a cough and everything can go farther than the 6 feet. So there's no point. Cover your cough. Wash your friggin' hands. Those are the first. Wash your friggin' hands is number one. Because, I'm 6 feet away from you, but I'm touching everything you're going to be sitting or being around later on. Wash your friggin' hands. That's number one. Number two is cover your cough. Cough into your cough in here. Don't go out if you're sick too. Common sense. And then the last one would be social. That's the last thing you should be worried about. But that seems to be, let me see. I don't like washing my hands, and I like coughing just out there in the open. So I'm going to practice good social distancing. Whatever. Like I said, important, but not shouldn't be number one. Oh my goodness, did I fall behind? Hermits, you say, hermits. Love letter to America, Johnny? All right, right on. Your daughter's dancing to theme music. A lot of people love that theme music. You know, Fred, the guy who did my music, he does my music. He asked me a year or so ago, he's like, "Hey man, do you want to change your intro music? Because I can come up with something better now." I was like, "Dude, if we change that, there's gonna be so many angry people right now." I said, "No, we're gonna ride this through." Um, that's another guy. If the pandemic hadn't happened, we were going to be working on a few other things I had planned, and he and I were talking about it, and then everything we were going to do lunch that next week, and then everything fell apart. John Mellencamp lives in a small town. Yeah, it has been going on a little bit longer. I don't know. There's just a lot of people, so I figured why not. Very happy you did. Oh, that's awesome, Johnny. It's awesome. You got married too before everything went down. That's awesome. Very fortunate. I'm happy for you. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Vinny. Vinny's got tons of board games. Don't bother him. Quality, you kill me. You don't breathe. You hold your breath and you go out. Do I see a reference to Full Metal Jacket in there? That's funny. That's funny. You guys crack me up. Yeah. So I'm just ready to get back to normal. I do think the COVID numbers are inflated. That's kind of obvious now. So we never know how bad it really was. It's going to make for an interesting documentary in a few years, isn't it? How we may have overreacted. I heard an epidemiologist talk about what we should have done. He said what we should have done is lock down every old folks home, like quarantine them for their own safety, and the workers there, like they couldn't go home anymore. We'd quarantine them for months, but he said you would pay those workers double. They would get double their salary as long as they're there full time doubles. So they'd be making tons of money, but they'd have to stay there with them because they can't go back home or go out in the world and get infected and come back in. He said that's what we should have done. It would have cost the government a fraction now, and it would have saved the death toll enormously. If you don't know, what was it, 70 some percent is the elderly or old folks' homes, or I don't remember. I don't know the numbers, but he was talking about how, that would have been the best thing to do. And then tell all the other old folks to just stay home, stay at home, offer them free delivery, free delivery to anyone 65 or 70 and older, offer them free delivery. And that's what we should have done, he said. It's interesting. And I wonder, 10 years, 5 years down the road, if they're going to look back and say, yeah, we overreacted. I don't know. Maybe they say we did the right thing. It'll be interesting, though. I won't change the theme. I already told them it's not going to happen. And now I'm giving cleanliness and sanitary advice, right? Cody, it's been affecting my job only because I have to work from home. And I know a lot of people like working from home, but I absolutely hate it because I love people and I want to be around people. And I have a deep-seated fear that even if things go back to normal, they're going to keep me at home. Why do I think that? Because I know I have a nice office space that I fight for every year. And I know no one would be a remiss. They want that office space. They want my desk. I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up my office space. I don't want to become 100% homebound. I just don't. I would be. My wife is, because they found out that her job, they could do better. They could do their numbers are just as good or actually improving at home, and so they're going to get to work from home permanently now because again the office needs their space. They're about to grow, and they're running out of office space, and they at the time they were going to have to rent out an entire office building. They'd rather avoid that cost, and how to do that is see who can work from home. And so now she is permanently at home. Now she loves it, so good for her. But as I see the writing on the wall, those same those same things apply to me. They want the office space. And technically, yes, I can work from home. I do not want to, though. So it thankfully doesn't impact me as losing my job. No, I'm actually busier than ever. A pandemic actually makes me work harder. It has been so busy, wall to wall. I'm working, honestly, 10 to 11 hours a day right now. That's not even a lie. I start my day around 7 and it ends at 6:30, so almost 12. So it's, or sometimes I begin at 7:30 and ends at 6:30. So I know it's roughly 10 or 11 hours I'm chucking it in, and I do not take breaks. I cannot. There's so much to do. So it's really, really, when you're working, 50, 60 hours a week, it's really, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the summer. It feels like I may get a break, but I just volunteered myself because I'm someone who I can't, if there's a war going on and they give me a rest period, I'm like, okay, just give me some water and let me go back out there, because I am going to get a small break, I found out, in July. But I just offered to, I said, hey, look, since I'm not doing anything, just put me in, just sign me up. If you need a volunteer, I'll go do it. And that's going to be a headache of work to do, but I want to help out wherever I can. So I like being busy, but this is real busy here. So not for me. It's been all right. Let's see. Chris was already here, Adam. He already said Highlander. Harry asked his silly Highlander questions and left. RK Outpost gave me a tip for not even $1.50 and then left. I didn't. Which episode was the cricket that jumped on you? I may have missed that. Let me know. What government does do the right thing every time, right? I honestly, Billy Fighter, I think it was the governors this time. I think every governor tried to outdo the other governor by making more extreme safety measures and more extreme safety measures. Oh yeah, well, I care even more because it's around election years, right? So we got to care even more about our constituents. So I get where it was coming from. So, like, we have a big mayor's race coming up in the next few weeks. In fact, early voting starts tomorrow. I just threw my lot in. I told the guys, throw up any sign you want, because I'm on a busy intersection. I said, just throw up as many signs as you want. They said, we can't. I said, yeah, do anything as big as you want to. I said, oh, okay. He's been looking for good spots. I went, you saw the traffic on this road, brother. I said, put as many as you want. So, but both mayors have been trying to show how much they care about the community. But, I mean, everyone's trying to be, I know good intentions, but I think a little bit more brain power should have been used on some of this. DeSantis did in Florida, did a fantastic job. I hear he's doing a fantastic job there. And Cuomo's getting raked over the coals, right, for some of the stuff he did. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie wants to know which episode that was. Yeah, I missed it too. Yeah, Vinny, I know it's hard to shake. Like this today, they met me and they did a fist bump. I guess that's what they were told to do. But I was ready to shake hands. But I don't want to, I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. But now there's certain people who shake hands. But it's just instinctively in me to shake hands. That's just what I do. Like, we're about to go back to practice at the theater next week, and I'm going to give the announcement, say, hey guys, if you want to be left alone, if you want social distance, please let me know, because I'm going to come up and hug you. I miss every single one of you. But if you say, Matt, probably take a rain check on that, I'm not offended at all. I just need to know, so I don't, invade your personal space. But I'm very personable myself. Welcome to the dungeon. I'll have to see if I saw that. Yeah. 2020, exactly. Oh no! Oh no! I lost my place. Supposedly, Cody, kids are going back to school in the fall. That's what we're saying, and that's what a couple other states are saying. Yeah, I know. It has been anywhere between 50, 55 hours or 60. It hasn't been 60, I don't think, because I'm not yet, but I am working about 11, 10, 11 hours a day. So what is that? 50, 55, somewhere around there. Rough, rough, but it has to be done. It has to be done. We're shorthanded. We're in high demand, and like I'm not getting a break. I jump out of this one project, which ends next week, and then I jump into two more for the next 2 weeks. July 13th will be the day that I might have an opening, but I went ahead and signed myself up for another 4 week or 8 week tour. I don't know how much it's going to be. I thought about not sending that email. I was like, nah, but I need to do what's right. If I have some open time, I need to go ahead and submit it. So I'm going to help out with what I do. Yes, actually, Zahn did write a Highlander novel where Mara was the chosen one. She beat the Kurgan in the movie, not Connor. You thought it was Connor, but Connor even thought it was him, but it was actually Mara Jade who came and sliced off his neck real quick and then hid in the shadows as Connor thought he did it. That's what Timothy Zahn wrote. It's wild. Oh, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine working those hours. I mean, yeah, it is rough, but it has to be done. And I'm never going to be scared of work. I'm never going to complain about it. I will do what needs to be done. I will always do what needs to be done. I'm happy to lend a helping hand. That's why I volunteered myself to help out in another capacity. If they don't need me here, then put me somewhere else because I want to help. Want to do my part. Yeah, football. Everyone's worried about football. Here's the thing. They're fine with baseball and basketball and hockey being canceled, but Americans love their football. What are they going to do when they say no football? I don't think that's going to happen, but what are they going to do? Oh yeah, yeah. The Essential Chronology is fun. That's a fun read. It ends around New Jedi Order, if I believe, quality, but it's a fun read. It's funny. Hey, Matt, hello. Hey, Adam. Hey, hello. How's it going? Um, True words for the working class man. Yeah, I always like to stay busy. Busy with. I want the theater. The arts have been hurting really bad, so I want the theater. I want movie theaters to survive through this, and that's the problem, right? Crowded areas inside. When is that ever going to be approved? I mean, hopefully phase three, because like you said, Florida has light rules, and I like that. If we have strict rules, that's really gonna hurt the theater. I don't want that happening. I want things going back to normal so we can get back on it. Um, oh yeah, about favorite podcasts, about favorite documentaries, Adam. Yeah, someone afterwards in the comments said watch McMillions on HBO, and I did. I just finished that this week. McMillions is pretty interesting. It's about the Monopoly game from 1987 to 2001. Guess what, folks? It was rigged, but not by McDonald's. The people that they had printing the game pieces were rigging the game, or one person was. It's pretty intriguing story. It is intriguing. Not the best documentary I've seen, but a good one. Oh, AMC's back up. Well, good. Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks, Chris. Um, Folks, Star Wars fans, you have always, wanted this. This is the Dig Magazine article from, it's called The Lost City of Tatooine. And it's super hard to find. In fact, I got offered, no joke, $500 for this magazine. Straight up. He said, I'll give you 500 for it right now. I'm not playing. I said, I know you're not playing, and I'm not going to get rid of it. Not because it means so much to me, but it's part of my collection, and it is a rare find. So I was happy to have it. However, you can get this story now on Joe Bongiorno's StarWarsTimeline.net. You can see it. Chris scanned the copies of his copy and gave it to Joe to post on his website. And yeah, you definitely want to check if you ever always wanted to read Lost City of Tatooine. It's not the best short story in the world, but it's been a hard sought one. It's been a hard sought after story. So you can check it out on StarWarsTimeline.net. And tell Joe I said hello. Three Identical Strangers. Wasn't that great? I love Three Identical Strangers. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. You know what, Johnny? Our gym just opened back up this past week. I haven't been yet because I'm not back into the. It's just been so busy, and with theater practice about to start up, I'm just going to have zero time. But eventually, I cannot wait to go back to the gym. I started my 30-day diet because I don't have the gym with me. But when I get off of it, I got to go back to the gym and start working out again. You found the story? Yeah, the story has been out there, I think, but this is the actual thing. Yeah, the story is surprisingly good. I downplayed it. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's actually an interesting story. It really is. I don't want to start judo boxing again. Have I read Star Wars Infinities? Not really. I don't like what ifs. So not really. A mockumentary. You like mockumentaries like What We Do in the Shadows, which is great, or This is Spinal Tap, which is funny too. Those are great too. At-home workouts do suck because there's no streaming service that offers some good stuff. I noticed that YouTube has a few insanity videos, and so I did a few of those for a little while when I could. But yeah, I need my gym too. But right now I'm on my diet, so I'm losing that weight again. I'm thinking about it's a 30-day diet, but I'm thinking I could probably make it a couple more weeks, at least one or two, just because I really want to knock it out of the park. Right now, the first 2 weeks on this diet, you don't lose any weight. Third week, you start to feel a little bit like I've already lost a belt loop. This is almost the end of week 3. Sunday will be the end of week 3, and so I've lost a little belt loop, and I'm losing a little bit. Next week, it's going to start really showing, and then those last few days, it still keeps showing. But I was like, well, what if I went a 5th week or a 6th week? You know, I'm going to see how long I can go on it. Just because, 4th of July, you just eat hot dogs and hamburgers anyway. I can eat all that. So I'll just eat the meat and won't eat the bread. This is a diet I think I can stay on for a little bit longer than I usually do. And that's good because, when our beach vacation comes, I plan to eat whatever I want to, ice cream for breakfast if I want to. I'm being serious. So maybe I just ought to just go on the diet. Now that'd be a whole month and a half away. That'd be like a 60, 70, 75-day diet or something, which would be a toothpick by then. But maybe mid-July, let go. I don't know. I'm still thinking. Still up in the air. Right now, I'm not like praying it's June 30th so I can get off this diet. I'm not praying like that. I'm thinking, I think I can go a little farther on this. Yeah, I feel lazy working out at home too. Yeah, you feel like you never got a great workout like you do in the gym. And did it by the episode. Oh yeah, got the guns right. I had them back then. Don't much anymore. I would love to get an updated Essential Characters book by Daniel. Yes, I would have loved to have gotten that too. Quality. Her workout video VHS tapes. I don't know if Jane Fonda is going to teach you how to work out. Maybe that's good. You like Rocky Balboa and Bruce Lee. Right on. To my knowledge, any omnibuses or collections of Star Wars short stories? No, Iker. I wish there was, but no. Vlad the Impaler. I know historically. I know about him. Oh, hello, Bernardo. Did you get my text? Ice cream, waffles, and syrup. Dang, you lost 30 pounds. That's really awesome. Okay. Well, I hear my little girl, and that is the end then, because I got to go get her. She must have fallen asleep with her mom. In fact, woke up now by her crying. Anyway, guys, hey, thank you so much for joining me. Almost 2 hours here. I really appreciate it. Favorite musical, Jekyll and Hyde. There you go. Answer that question really quick for you. Best show, Best in Show is a great mockumentary too. Yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks so much for giving me company. And I